Well, hello, and how do you do? I hope that Monday has been kind to you. I did not mean to do that. That just kind of happened after how do you do fell out of my mouth. But it is time for today's Jeep Shot. I have just had a full networking weekend. It just kind of seemed Thursday, Friday, Saturday. I was not home for more than 5 minutes, so that kind of brought up today's topic. Well, part of today's topic about networking so and then, of course, item number 4 for the top 5 ways of building wealth. But I will start off with the networking. I hope you had a fabulous weekend. I think I had a fabulous weekend. It just means I need little vitamins today. So I did finally get myself to the gym. I know I put that in the last Jeep Shot. How do you get energized? So I know it will take me more than one trip to the gym, but it's a start. So let's see, 3 good networking tips and just a little bit of a twist. And I'm bringing this up for a couple of reasons, but one of which is I find that the more I do it, the easier it gets. And I'm just patting myself on the back because these last few occasions that I've been out, I have, walked up to someone, stuck out my hand and said, "Hi, my name is Larissa." Introduced myself, which typically I would not. I might, it would just take me a minute. So I'm a little proud of myself for making that advance. And so I'm just going to be a networking rock star here, eventually. So, 3 tips for you. And we all maybe have heard, I don't know if you like networking, what are your tips? But for instance, just to take it up a notch, I recently read a really good blog, and the suggestion was to attend, take it up a notch, attend an event where the people are at a higher level than you are currently in your business. Don't just go to networking events where you're going to meet your peers. Go to events where you're going to meet the next level up, so that you're quote unquote the small fry, the small fish in the room, and just get comfortable in your new environment of people who are at the level that you aspire to. So who knows what you can learn, and of course be confident in that you do have something to offer to the conversation. But do consider that. Look for upper echelon networking events, and that's one. Secondarily, you might want to, it's a good idea to reach out and contact the person who's organizing the event. Number one, you want to thank them for putting the event together. And if you know the person, then the next step is the one thing you can do is ask them who's attending that event, so that you can, get a heads up, do a little Google search, or Facebook or some social media, and that way when you do see that person at the event, you will have some relevant conversation that you can present, and perhaps you will discover some commonalities, and that will make for a really good fresh conversation when you get to the event. And if you don't know the organizer, still call the organizer. Thanks for putting on the event. My name is, I'm with this business, and I just wanted to say hi, and I will just stop by and introduce myself to you at the event. But this is just a little quick hello. And another thing you want to do is, everybody's favorite, it's the elevator speech. And I think it was a different blog, but I sure read it on the same day. So another tip is to, typically people say, "What do you do?" Or someone asked me at lunch today, and she said, "What are you most passionate about? What is your contribution to the world?" I mean, she really asked me that with a mouthful of food. So I had to think a minute before I answered her, but I answered her literally, not specifically giving her my elevator speech. So again, when I read this article, it was just very timely in that when you're in the situation where it's time to exchange info, after you've of course inquired about their contribution, how they help people, you might want to just present the problem. What is the problem that you solve? Have you ever realized how many people need such and so forth? Or have you ever been such and such a place and this happened to you? Well, this is how I help people by resolving whatever that particular issue is. So present the problem first, so that they immediately see the value in what you have to offer. So I thought that was a pretty good idea. And so I think that's probably 3 or 4 already. So let's talk about the 4th way to create wealth. And I think you probably know this. That is network marketing, or might be called multi-level marketing, might be called direct sales. So I think we can agree that we've come a long way since Amway. although almost as old is, what is that, Avon and Mary Kay. That is multi-level or direct sales, and no one seems to have a problem with that. And I don't know that anyone has a problem with direct sales. It's just that when they tell you to make your list of 200, right? You start off with your list of family and friends, and then of course, there's a method to it all. But the important thing is, find a product that you can believe in. Find a product that you are using, because how can you tout its wonderfulness if you're not, if you don't utilize the product or service? So, direct marketing, only really get into if you're going to put the time into it, because it's not going to happen overnight. The bottom line is the people that make money in direct sales are the people who have a really healthy downline when they have reached the upper levels of leadership. So any business that you go into, and especially when you get into direct sales, you have to look at it from a leadership position. How can you build your team? That's the only way you're going to grow your business. So you obviously get the residuals from people who reorder, but you also get the overrides from your team. So it's crucial that you have a really big team, because that's really the only way you're going to make the money in that. So don't get into network marketing, think, well, I'm just going to sell a bunch of whatever. Well, okay, that's pocket change. You're in there to make big money, so you have to develop your team. So that involves your leadership skills and communication skills. So don't reinvent the wheel. Use the systems. All of the programs today have really good systems in place. Find and model the superstars. That's the only way to do it. So some considerations. Well, I already said Avon and Mary Kay. Those are two really well-known products. And I believe Amway is still here. They may have had a couple of name changes. I've heard that they're back to Amway, as a matter of fact. But a really good one that's on the market is called GeneWise, and that is supplements and skincare products based on your DNA. Now, I dabbled in that for a hot minute, and I say a hot minute because, again, it does take a lot of time, and I have my fingers in too many pies, so I let that one go. But look into GeneWise. I find that was fascinating. You get a cheek swab, and you can get products customized to you and your clients, obviously the same thing. And then, if you want your own shopping center, you can get a downline shopping website. It's got hundreds of stores, over 700 stores, and a travel agent component. Some people were really interested in travel. Some people really interested in the sales. When I started it, it was free, but now it's not so free, but still the money is available. And that is Zamzoo/TLG Mobiles, in case you're interested in looking that up. And so that is today's Jeep Shot. So 3 or 4 good networking tips, and the number 4 way to create wealth, which is direct sales. So give it a look. Let me know what you think, and when you get a second, maybe you are getting better at your networking tips. If you have a tip that you want to share, that would be great. If you have a networking question, I'm happy to answer that. So that is today's Jeep Shot. Have a prosperous week. Ciao.